Hi, Patrick. How are you doing? I'm right now a freelancer for Microsoft Dynamics Finance and Operations. I work in data migration area.
Making the transition from a contractor, from a freelancer to really an agency, a consulting agency.
I can see what I like more to do, what I like less to do, and if I can give my services about things which are my stronger expertise, and that would be more interesting for me, but also more value for the clients, rather than sitting sometimes trying to understand what's going on in the project and do I need to do something or not. They pay me daily. I'm supposed to deliver something, but not all the time it's clear what exactly is needed.
Yeah, that's a daily life, I would say, as a freelancer.
So first of all, I wanted to have a specific service packages rather than big generic description of what I'm doing. I wanted to get into more specific details, and I think initially we discussed, okay, what is the service package is about and how to get it more or less documented based on what I do and what the needs of the target audience. So I think the first challenge was to talk to the potential target audience or even to the experts in the same area and check with them, is it really a problem? Do they think there is a need for such service? So I had about couple of weeks. I had like almost daily interviews with people, and I was getting into details about problems on the data migration. So after summarizing their answers, I saw that out of several problems which I initially thought were active, actually only 3 were more or less constant problems with all my interviews, and that was a decision to focus on those 3 things rather than inventing a problem and without even checking is it really a problem or not. I think that's first getting out of usual like, oh, I assume this is a problem, let's just write everything about this problem, to let's check is there is a problem, and only then getting into more details. So that's a big change, and it gives more confidence that it makes more sense rather than inventing something in your head.
Yeah, it's what you're describing is basically a picture book process, I would say, of how and why we are doing it. Yeah, first we start with the niche and positioning. For you, it was very clear you are in Dynamics, Finance and Operation, F&O, migration focus. So yeah, we set that in stone at the beginning, and then it was all about the target audience, the problems, the pain points. So yeah, and there we take time to do the interviews to evaluate if they're real problems or not, if we can work around. Because then, as you say, if we then move away from assumptions towards we know we got assurance that this is a problem, then we can actually create an offering that that solves a real problem rather than we think it solves a problem or we just go by time as well. So yeah, that was nicely described. So and then what happened then after the after we validated the problems with the target audience, like how did we proceed, if you then remember back? So did we create an offering or USP? Like how did that go for you?
Yeah, so after we had those problems, I think the first steps were, okay, like this is a problem. What is my target audience might look like? So to have that avatar of the target client, so who would need my services and who I would like to work with. Then trying to almost simulate, the usual questions and concerns that person would have and how I would answer that. And after, you know, couple of rounds of getting more and more details, I think it was like getting summary in just several steps. So this is the problem, this is pain points, this is, you know, the person who might have this problem, and these are the steps how I can resolve that. So, and that was the basis for that USP. And from that, I think we took it to presentation level, and like one-page document of the services, and also, you know, evaluating how much should I charge for that service, what it means, you know, for me to do, what it means for the client to resolve that problem. Would they pay that amount of money, and would they give a value, you know, from that service package? And I think, you know, it's kind of difficult to compete with recruitment agencies. If I would just sell my time, you know, directly, then they would say, you know, why don't I go and take somebody from the agency, because then agency is doing, you know, extra work of, you know, screening people and maybe managing people. So I don't want to step into the area where I'm competing with agencies. I'm not I'm not doing that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's also why you have now a positioning and understanding what you actually want to offer, how you want to offer, to whom you want to offer, and that makes you automatically not to compete to other companies, and that because it's always easy to falsely compare yourself to big like integrators or like Dynamics companies with strong migration or whatsoever, or companies who are or as you say also in that area. So you are now very very specific on what you want to do, whom you want to help, what you don't want to do. That's also super important to know, because we can do a lot more than that we should, but always sticking to your strength, sticking to your expertise, especially at the beginning works best. Yeah. And it makes you feel more confident.
Yeah, it's more confident, and also I would say I've been on the projects where you sit sometimes for a couple of years, and then you know, the project might finish well, might not finish well, and you feel, okay, I just spent 2 years with you, and I don't have that satisfaction of, you know, completed work. Or even if the project is finished and yeah, everything went well, but you still feel like, okay, was I satisfied to sit there for 2 years and, you know, sometimes doing really just wasting time? So I think I get to the point that I really want to spend time on things which matter to me. And even if it means, you know, breaking the usual cycle of one contract after another contract, yeah, I think that's a big change. I'm still on a contract, but I think with your help, I'm getting step by step prepared to, you know, get out of the usual process and maybe be more in control of what I'm going to do next. And let's be honest, it doesn't happen overnight.